Alright everyone, welcome to another game of Heroes of the Storm. My name is Rockwell, and today we're going to be playing some Maltheal on the Tomb of the Spider Queen. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Interesting game. I really don't know if I want Death's Reach or not. It's not the worst talent. Usually you want either on a Pale Horse or Fear the Reaper, but since I will be in the four-man this game,
3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna go with normal build. I don't want to test anything out. Not like that. So Maltheal is a bruiser, has excellent strength at double clearing, which is one of the two reasons why I will be probably in the four-man this game. Unless the Zagar doesn't want to head bottom. Doesn't really look like she does, so I'm just going to head there instead. I don't really want to lane against a Murky. In all honesty, Murky, he's not a bad lane opponent for me. He's not great either. I'm not, like, extra strong or anything against him. I'm not weak either. Because Murky is not a particularly great trader. He doesn't trade into anyone really well. He just gets chunked out too quickly. He is, like, I mean, his life regen makes him decent, but that's not really enough. Alright, so Murky headed up. We're gonna see if we can't take this mercenary camp then. Looks like we're gonna get help from the Tracer. I'm gonna cleave, but I don't think I can. I'm gonna stop using our Q then, because the Tracer's here. We're gonna take the camp, we're gonna head back up. He's gonna have our wave cleared, because I don't really care if we kill him or not, so he doesn't give very much value. It's not bad. Don't really think that it's worth her skill, but that's fine. They already got it cleared. We actually have really good wave clear, so I'm not worried almost at all, really.
Choose a talent, friend.
About our ability. We're gonna take Die alone. I don't know how much value necessarily we're gonna be able to get out of it, but the other talents, despite the recent buffs, aren't very good, so. I mean, Throwing Shade just got a buff, but it's still pretty awful. And the build that usually takes Black Harvest got a buff, but it's not very strong. It didn't get a very strong buff. So Die alone is usually what you take because you're a solo laner, right? So I mean, you're almost always going to be getting procs, right? It's almost always going to be single target. Just because of the nature of how he usually works, right? Because our laning opponents are Murky, I don't think we're going to get tons of value, because we're not going to be using our Q to trade into him. Because he seems like he understands that he's never going to beat us in a trade, so, might be able to just kill this guy, though. Oh, yeah. That was quite nice, actually. He had, what, 15 gems or something like that on him, so that's actually quite a few gems he just lost for his team. I was like, I don't think I could really help them. I should have gone up to help them, but earlier than that. But I have a lane to clear now, so I'm just gonna do that. Do my job. We now have enough gems in order to make a tournament if we so wanted to. We're going to take Massacre at level 7, since this is basically the same as one of his ultimate abilities, so lol, I don't even know why he still has Tormented Souls, basically. It's so awful compared to what it used to be. In case you do not know, Tormented Souls actually used to be his go-to talent. Oh, Jesus, man. But it is, no longer. You used to take it because it used to have a pretty big armor buff on it. So you would pop it, go into a team fight, and it felt like you were unkillable because of that armor on top of your own massive self-healing, plus a healing from a healer. You seemed very, very tanky, right? They got rid of the armor because it was too strong, and they didn't really like how it matched the ability, and now it just resets your W, basically, and applies your trait to everyone around you, but you have a cleaving auto attack. If you take Massacre at 7, which is usually the talent that you take, then you already do that every time you hit the W button, so it's pretty darn worthless. Reset, like, it, you know, setting your, getting a second W and then resetting its cooldown after 4 seconds instead of 5 seconds is really not impressive at all. So you almost always take last traits. Not because it's any better than it was before, but because Torment of Souls is a lot worse than it was. So you continue to do that. We're just gonna back up just because we don't see many of them, and it's fine. We can see more of them on the map now on top, so we're gonna come back in. Maltheal is not the tankiest. He has lots of self-healing, but he's not super tanky. Alright, we're just gonna leave now. We accidentally cleaved an auto attack onto one of the people, so the fort targeted you. That's not great. So that's kind of a issue for just pushing. You're not going to be able to do it super well, just because it's pretty impossible for you to actually even not get targeted by the towers. Shoot, not quite close enough. Alright, since we have so many gems, we're going to turn in. I don't want to get caught with these out. Then I think we're just going to go take that camp bottom again, although maybe not. Alright. Ooh, that was a mistake. I should have popped that earlier. Fear the Reaper earlier. At least I turned in my gems, so I didn't lose anything, really, from it. I don't think I should have died there, though. I missed my E, so I wasn't able to get basically any of my soul rip healing from that, so. Honestly, I don't think I would have been able to make it through that if I had hit it, just because there was more people there than I had expected. Oh, that's not great for the Orpheum, but, I mean, the rest of it's fine. Just the CC is enough. Ooh, so that's not where I wanted to click on the map. I wanted to soak middle. So we're kind of letting Murky Devil Soak here, which is not really ideal. That's never what you want to be doing. Versus a Murky, that's what he wants you to be doing, so we're going to be trying to make sure that we just harass him here. Actually, the kill is quite nice. Especially if she's stacking Q, but I doubt she is. Most of them don't. Yeah, no, she's not. She's doing normal combo build. I honestly think that her Q build is Kerrigan, and her Q build is probably better for most players than her combo build, just because combos are pretty difficult to aim properly. And I noticed that lots and lots of players have issue with that. So it's probably better for most of them to not be so reliant on combos, because of course Q is just a click. You just click them, right? And you're always going to have a lot of Qs, not even in the combo build, so if you can just make those Qs a lot better, then a lot of times that's going to be very, very nice for you. That is my own personal opinion. I am an awful Kerrigan. You will likely never see Kerrigan played on my channel because I suck at Kerrigan, so I don't need to show that off to all of you. That's my opinion. What do I want? I honestly don't know. All of them are garbage in this game. I'm gonna take the physical armor. It's probably the least garbage. It's the one that I immediately thought of. But then I was like, I'm never gonna be able to mark 3 people though. But all the other ones, they don't have any CC, so the unstop isn't worth anything. They don't have very much spell damage, so that's not worth too much. You know, they're pretty low HP, and the mark problem I would still have if I took the Soul Rip talent. So I'm just gonna take my gut instinct. The physical armor is the most valuable. They all do quite a bit of auto attack damage. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I could have clicked him. And he would have died. That was totally my bad. I didn't think that the one Q would get him in range for last right, so I wasn't prepared to use it. Alright, since they're all here, I don't need to clear the lane. I'm just going to instead go clear this camp. Or actually, I might clear theirs first, because theirs has already made it halfway through. So I think I'm going to clear theirs first. We're still at no stacks of last rites at level 15, which isn't great, but we haven't been fighting them basically up to the fight. So, I'm not too ashamed of that, necessarily. They're behind on XP as well, so if we can maintain this lead, especially if we can get 16, that would be very nice. Alright, we're just gonna take these. I think I'm gonna turn in first, and then I'll go take the camp. Alright. Maltheal's camp clear is pretty good, because again, he does have those marks and everything, so as long as you keep everyone marked, you're basically, I think I might be able to actually cleave all 4 of them here, but I don't know if I can. Alright, so we cleared that pretty darn fast. Alright, we're going to take Soul Collector now. This is where he starts to get really strong, so this reduces the cooldown. Alright. And we got 1 kill. They all just diverted the bottom to kill me, so I don't feel too bad about dying there. Don't feel too bad because they I got the counter kill too, so that's also something to keep in mind. I got a counter kill, so 1 for 1, and they really just all diverted to me, so I don't feel too awful about dying there. How much time? 2 minutes. Okay, 2.5 minutes really. So in that case, I really don't think that there's too much to be doing other than just collecting gems and stuff to be putting into the bucket. We have enough to return in. It would be nice if we could push our lanes in a bit more, but there's just no way to really get that kind of coordination, not in a quick match game. Really not even in a Storm League game unless we had communications. Not via just text, that is, because text comms are not going to cut it. Ah, drat, I couldn't even get my R on her. Even if she was gonna die already, yeah, I still wanted the stack. Yeah, I can't. These people are, like, in range for me to kill them, but I can't, because I just can't get close enough to them. It is nice that he didn't take Tazdingo, though. That's very good for us. At least for me. I'm just gotta make sure that I don't cleave auto-attack someone here. Couldn't quite traded both of them.
So much more glory to be had. Well done. Keep
I was hoping that I could just get the Zeratul down to just a little bit low HP, but looks like he has, yeah, Rending Strike, so I wasn't quite able to do that. Not when he had Sonic Strength. His 1v1 is very strong because he is on the 1v1 build, so I actually didn't know that. I seen he had to go on key build, because that is the better build. But yeah, the W build does have significantly more 1v1 power, I will certainly admit that. Freely. Sorry. Probably should have paid a lot more attention there to that. I can probably head up down to the bottom lane then and take that siege camp. We still want to be maintaining map pressure. It would be nice to steal their bruiser camp, but I don't think that we'll be able to do that. It's also nice that we have control over the middle of the map, so they can't really turn in even if they wanted to, which is kind of nice. Looks like they're trying to position to turn in. At least well, that's what I would be thinking if I were them. After they get the camp, but I don't know if they are. It's hard to be certain. Wait, did I actually hit both of them? I did. How did I do that? Oh, there. Oh, that's actually a spot I can hit both of them. That's nice.
Choose a talent,
Okay.
friend.
I didn't think I could. Alright. We now have, no one can stop death. So, basically, I have 2 lives. It's, frankly, pretty unfair.
Crushed by the crusade.
Don't stop now.
Fight. Double kill.
Ooh, okay, never mind. I'm walking away.
Excellent work.
I was gonna go hit the Jones, but, not like that, I'm not. We still haven't stacked too much of our, last Rites quest, but I mean, again, we haven't been fighting too much, so... excuse me. Pardon me there. I had something in my throat. I'm just gonna take this camp again. We have, again, very good camp clear, so... we can cleave into all of them right here. And just melt them down. While healing up in the meantime. Maltheal is extremely good at all things macro. And pretty good at team fighting, 1v1ing, all that stuff. I'd say he's a fairly strong hero. His real weakness is that he's kind of squishy. He's kind of like Ragnaros in that way. But I'd say he's overall stronger than Ragnaros is. Oh my god, I couldn't do it again. I just really want to apply my trait to somebody, or not my trait, my ultimate, to someone who's about to die, but, come on, you, come here. No! Bad! Just die. We got 2 stacks, that's awful. But, I mean, we just kind of macroed them out of our minds, so. 14,000 XP soaked is pretty good. I mean, almost more than the Murky. I'm definitely not going to say that the people on my team did not play exceptionally well, because obviously they all did. They were pretty much just dominating the 4-man the whole time while I just did macro stuff, right? So I definitely don't want to demean the achievements of my own team, but I only don't think that I did awfully that game either. I mean, the 1v1 trades that I did were not great. They were not, but overall I'd say that the game was pretty good. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, a like would be very much appreciated. If you've liked it and some of my other content as well, a subscribe would be exceedingly well appreciated. If there's anything that you would like to see from me in the future, then... and if there's anything that you'd like to see from me in the future, or anything that you think I could have done significantly better in this game, then feel free to say so down in the comments below. But most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your day.